Welcome back to Paul's Guide to Smuggling. This is a follow-up episode for our last episode, which covered the viability of the Crusader Mercury Starrunner as a smuggling ship, and the trade route, the Crusader Cross. In this episode, we're going to cover the basics of smuggling in Star Citizen 3.12, and a more advanced route for those looking for the maximum payout. These will change over time, so if you're watching this in later patches, I'll leave a link in the top comment and in the top right to the latest version of this guide. Now, grab a pen and paper and take some notes because we're gonna jump right into this. Consolidated Outland Nomad. Meet the new kid on the block and the best current option for a budding smuggler. The Consolidated Outland Nomad has all the elements that a smuggler needs in its current iteration. When I've mentioned this to others, I often get bemused responses because the cargo hold is exposed to vacuum. So I want to reiterate that this is the current best starter for a smuggler in its current form. Don't get future plans mixed in with current realities of the game. Since the maximum amount of a single commodity you'll be smuggling is in the 10 SCU range, the Nomad is perfect in terms of cargo area with its maximum 24 SCU. Its smaller size means that stealth might be a good option to stay out of the line of sight of other players. It also has a surprising speed, with its combat speed being around 180 meters per second and max speed near 1,200 meters per second, making it almost as fast as the 315P with double the cargo capacity. Add all of that with a bed for logging out and storage for weapons, and you have a ship almost purpose-built to be the premier starter smuggler. However, I wouldn't recommend buying this ship with actual cash, as the price is far too high. With the pledge price of $95 USD, it's only $20 cheaper than the far superior Cutlass starter package. I would, however, suggest picking up the Nomad in-game to rent or buy for those new prospective smugglers, but sadly, as of this recording, it isn't available. So the Cutlass Black or Blue remain the better options for those looking to earn their way in-game. Meet your new boss, Wallacelim. I will start by saying that the Crusader Cross, the route I talked about in the last smuggling video, is still viable and is actually easier now. The reason is because of all the hidden spots which before required memorization or a waypoint are now quantumable, speeding up travel time for us significantly. What used to take 30 minutes now will take between 20 and 25 minutes, meaning you drastically increase your payouts over time. While the Crusader Cross is still available as a means to make money, with the introduction of reputation to the game, it also unlocks a far more profitable ventures, with a mission giver, Wallacelim. Instead of earning 10k for completion, you can earn double that with his runs, though at the beginning it may take you all over the system, thus extending the time. Luckily, once you've completed your first run, the later ones will not require you to leave the system, so you should be able to complete his runs in about 20 to 35 minutes, meaning an average payout of 60,000 UEC an hour, only requiring a starter ship. Smuggling still isn't where it was over a year ago, but it's crawling back there. It is now a significant option for starter pilots, with the addition of personal tractor beams, which allow players to load and unload boxes into the back of their Mustangs. On top of that, Wallace's addition as part of the Tier 0 reputation system means that we're likely going to see larger and more profitable runs from him in the future. To keep up to date with future developments, be sure to subscribe to us here on YouTube and catch our smuggling runs and a ton of other Star Citizen gameplay live on Twitch, Fridays at 9 p.m. EST and Sundays at 1 p.m. EST over at twitch.tv/theastropub. Sultan Slam. With a lot of other changes to smuggling, CIG has finally made what was once the most worthless illicit commodity to the new premium choice for vice runners. Slam has always been the narrative vice of choice for smuggling missions in Star Citizen. Now it finally has become the major commodity of our profession. Found in most abundance in the Crusader system, it's fairly expensive, with the cheapest price being around 120 UEC per unit. Thus, even one SCU of Slam is 12,000 UEC. Even then, it's hard to find places that sell Slam in high volume. The best option is also the cheapest place to purchase it, private property on Sellin. However, because Slam has been unsellable for years, no one really knows where to unload the vice. Until now. Strangely, the only place which will buy Slam at high quantities is Reclamation and Disposal Orinth on Hurston. It seems R&D Orinth is the nexus of all illegal commodities in the verse, as it remains the best place to sell ETAM and Neon as well. As such, I would suggest picking up all the Slam and Neon you can find at private property, to a maximum of 10 SCU each, and trucking them down to R&D Orinth on Hurston. There you can sell both for a profit of around 30k. With a turnaround of 20 minutes, you can potentially earn upwards of 100k an hour. However, it requires an investment in each run of about 700,000 UEC. This route also only works if you have the maximum amount of Slam, ETAM, or Neon, which is very difficult to get. These are some very high investments for some low profit margins, but you're still buying in smaller volumes with faster sell rates than our legal cousins. This run requires only Cutlass Black to run efficiently, millions of credits cheaper than a Caterpillar, and it's also rentable if you want to reduce your overhead even more. In conclusion, while we are a far cry from the heydays of running Widow out of Jumptown or the Smuggler's Triangle, the current state of smuggling does represent a better means to earn credits from where we were in the last year. On top of that, as timers and physical loading and unloading of cargo become more of a reality, the smaller volume at higher profit of smuggling will begin to outshine our legal cousins. So the future is looking bright for our shadowy profession. Thanks for watching. Be sure to watch the previous videos for tips on the best ships for smuggling and best practices. If you like this video, remember to hit that like button. If you have any questions, head down to the comments, and while you're there, let me know if you want to see more of these videos in the future. And as always, I'll see you next time in the black.